Once you get that off, you can carefully pry up the outer bezel here. You can see that there's, very carefully, there's small plastic clips underneath there, and a couple plugs. Alright, so once you remove this panel here, you see there's a plug here. Okay, take that plug off. Okay, back, and now there's two screws, Phillips screws. There's one right here and one right here. And then there's these little covers on the other side right here. You see these little covers? They just pop off with clips in the back. Okay, these little slide clips, little pop-in clips on both sides, right and left. Okay, so once you get these screws out, you should be able to remove the console. And there's a hidden screw right there. If you can't see it, you gotta pop up that other part. There's another screw right there. It's hidden, so you gotta be careful you don't force it out. Also, there's a clip underneath this panel that pops off here. Carefully pop that off. Try to slide it back. Alright. Now the reason why I'm removing this is to change the airbag control module. So I'm going to see if I can pick it up high enough to replace the module. Okay, move the seat all the way up, the back of the seat all the way forward, and we'll see if we can pick it up from the back. Okay, there's the module right there. So I'm going to try to work around taking the rest off. So I'm going to prop this up with something, and then I'll be right back. Okay, you got to remove these plugs over here. You're putting pressure on it. Once you remove these plugs over here and unplug them, like that, try not to break them, of course. These little clips right here hold that on there. There you go. Like that. That one I broke. See, you gotta make sure you pry it. That's relieving the pressure on the fucking console. Let me see the other side. Is anything on the other side? No. Okay, what you want to do is disconnect the battery. Okay, there's a release button here to put it in neutral. You push that down with a screwdriver or your fingers, and then put it in neutral. Okay, or in gear. Put it all the way back. This way you got room to take out the console. Now, there's little set tabs that you pick it up. Pick it up. And then you disconnect these wires here, and you'll be able to take it out. Okay, with the console removed, there's an air vent there. You got to remove that air vent. You see that air vent there? The Phillips screwdriver takes the air vent out. And then there's our airbag control module. Always mark the new control module, or the old control module, so you don't accidentally put it back in the car, which I've done once in my life. Using a 12mm, you take out these 3 bolts. You got 1, 2, and 3 with a 12mm, and then carefully take the plugs out of the module. Now there's a shield on it, so you got to be careful with the wire harness. You don't have to take this part off. Okay, once we get the module out, you can see these plugs. Okay, you don't want to pull too much on the wires, but there is a little tab right at the end here. Okay, there's a little tab right here. You push that down, little tab. Let's start at the one end. You'll hear a click. Once you get that click out, and that one. Alright. Once you get that out, pull the plugs out. Once you get the plugs out and you get a new one, there's a lot of little pins in there. So you got to make sure you go nice and slow and take your time. And make sure you put the plugs in the right holes, otherwise you'll bend the clips. See? So make sure that you're lining it up with the exact plug, because they are similar. Okay? See? Feel them little prongs there? You bend them, it's going to throw a code, and then you're going to say, what the hell? What did I do wrong? Or what do I have to change? But it could just be bent prong. And of course, they give you one. They only give you one new bolt. I guess it's for the front, but they give me one new bolt. Should have been 3, but I don't think it's an issue because there's no Loctite on it. You see, so it should be fine. I used the other 2, but usually they'll give you all 3, but they only gave me 1. Okay. Well, it's going to go back together a lot quicker than it did coming apart, that's for sure. But you put your vent back in. Once your module's in, you know, tight is tight. There's no torques necessary, but tight is tight. The clip back here, and then there's a clip right here. You put that plastic clip right back in there. Okay, there's 3 plugs. I'm sorry, I told you there was 2 before. Well, there's another one right here. This one, and this one. I'll plug them in. Okay, once you get these 3 screws in, that one back here, that hidden one, see that one right there? There's a little screw back there, see it? I don't know if you can see. Ah, there it is right there. And then you got the other 2 screws right there. Okay, don't forget to plug that brown plug into the plug for the shifter right there. So you plug that in prior to putting this back down. Also, you got to put this back into park, I believe. Yep, park. It doesn't really matter. Okay, once you get that, push this in all by hand. Carefully, you don't crack it or break it. And then what you do is you take your your shifter knob, push it down. Okay. Oh, before you put the shifter knob on, you want to put your bezel upside down. Of course, you put your shifter bezel first, right? And then you put your shifter knob. Okay. And then you got your clip that goes on the back here. You gotta be careful, don't lose that, because that would suck. Once that clips in, then you check to see if it's all the way down. Okay, make sure that your knob is all the way down and your clip is all the way in. And then take this and just snap it back up in there. Snap it back right up in there, that bezel. Yeah, then you install that cover. It pops right on. This plastic cover. You install that.